Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. My page is about common sense, but I try to keep it down under the nitty-gritty, under 10 minutes. If it goes over 10 minutes, it's something very important, and not important to liberals, libertards, people who believe in God, people like to smoke, people like to drink, people like ayahuasca, people like DMT. Listeners' discretion is advised. If you're sensitive, stick in the mutts, NPC, ED beats, get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. I'm your only realist alpha with videos, Gen X, speaker, old school style, OG, original gnosis. Not a gangsters. I despise gangsters. They lack education. But let's get on with the topic for today. Today's topic will be, if you have any comments, questions, insults, or roasters, you put that shit down below. I will monitor, screen, and approve of it. Even if you have something negative to say, I will post it, and then I will answer your question. I got Matthias Knowledge 1, 2, 3 has been deleted. I got 4, and 5 have been deleted. I still got 6 up, and I'm on Matthias Knowledge 7 right now, guys. Matthias Knowledge 8 is coming soon. I only make 500 videos per Matthias Knowledge. Now, I know some of you guys want me to be like Kevin Samuels, but I work in the background. I am doing stuff in the background, guys. I am not a like on, American Gangsters with, what's his name? The black gangster. Okay, remember the black gangster with the mink coat? He sat in the front instead of the back. I'm the gangster who sits in the back. Shot caller. I keep it simple, keep it real. When I say I want something done, it'll get done. Okay, I use my brain. I don't want to be in the front. People know about me. And then on top of that, people think I'm crazy, okay, because I'm saying I'm schizo, okay? Well, I'm hearing voices, but they don't understand what that means. They don't. There's different variations of it. They're not into psychology. They're not educated. When they talk to me, then they're understand. Their eyes open up like, oh. But I don't hang with people. I just don't do it, okay? But let's get on with the topic for today. Today's topic will be about slave or servant. A message for you women. From your generational ex, old G. Now, let me give you a definition of what a slave is. A slave is someone in chains, in bondage. You can choose to be a slave. I don't know why anybody will. Sometimes it's a fetish to be a slave. Okay, I don't think I can be handled to be a slave. I don't know. If you've been set up to be a slave, I feel sorry for you. Okay, if you care about your life that much, you can commit seppuku, suicide, or whatever. I think that would be too hard of a life for me, and I'll probably die and get shot. Okay, a slave is a very heavy burden. Most people in general are modern day slaves, so they choose to work because they have no other way out. All right, a modern day slave is a choice. A slave from back in ancient days is chains and a whip upon your backside, okay? You work for free, goddammit. But these days, people are working for profit, okay? It started with Abraham Lincoln. It started with, Confederates and the Union Republicans, okay? Tea Party and all that stuff. Let's go back to the pathology. Modern day slaves. So blacks are needed in war so they can win the war, right? So we know we can work together through capitalism. No longer, they're trying to abolish. The white Caucasians is trying to abolish this slavery thing and call it capitalism in replace of it. Okay, all right. So now we understand that the Caucasians value capitalism over racism. We got that out of the way now. Slavery is a terrible thing. As long as you have no knowledge, you will always be a slave to the masters. All right. Now, if you're a woman and you're in a relationship and you feel like you're trapped in a house, okay, where the door is barred, I know some guys who have done this and they are crazy. Crazy taxi. Get the hell out as soon as you can. Stab him. Find a way. Don't like anything he says or anything he does. This is something that women do not like, and they will escape. You will find a way. I pray to God. I don't pray to God because I am God, but you understand my drift, okay? Get out of there. Find a way. Stab him. Poisonous food. Don't take too long finding a way out of that trap. Now, if a man is a psychopath, okay, and he got you trapped up in the house because he's lacking the focus and discipline in himself and he wants to use you for any kind of negative purpose, get the hell out of there as soon as you can. These days, there's a lot of women I encounter that say they're a slave, but they're really not a slave. I say, you do have a choice to go to court. And they do that. So they go to court and they get out of there because they feel like they're being a slave. Now, let's skip that point now here and go to servant. Now, to be a servant is not a bad thing because everyone serves something. Either you serve life, you serve your husband, okay, you know. A lot of women don't like that word, serve. Servitude, subservient, they don't like those words because they feel like to serve is to be a slave, but you can't connect them. You have to serve your husbands. Like, for example, if a man makes less money than a woman, that man must serve his wife. You could serve each other. That's a more positive word, attribute, okay, all right? But to be a slave is not good. Okay, you know, to be a slave is not good. It's preferably not to be a servant, to be a slave. I hope you understand how that works. Okay, usually being a servant to be a slave, that's harsh. But if you feel pressure like that under materialism or money monetization, and you feel you being a slave, then you're really not a slave because you have an option to leave. Okay, all right? So don't use money as your crutch or excuse. Okay, he has all his money, so if I did these things, he would not give me. No, let's go butt naked outside. Get the fuck out of there if you're suffering that bad. Don't take his property. If you're in his house, get the hell out of there. Or unless you want to learn how to serve him, that's different. There's lots of people, lots of women don't like to serve. Okay, they just don't like to serve. So get these two things fixed. A slave is someone who's suffering physically and mentally. Okay? With no way out. They're being whipped in bondage and chains. Okay? A modern day slave is someone who's willing to be a slave because they have no choice. But you're still kind of like a servant. You're crossing over. You're in the middle part. A modern day slave is a little bit of step up from slavery, right? But to serve is very important. Okay? You are willing to do such a thing. This is why I teach guys who want to be alpha, which is not a lot of alphas out there, that only serve a female who's willing to serve you. She's willing to add to you, right? Now, I know there's a lot of beta cucks and simps out there who basically don't know the difference between a simp and a trick. I know this. But if you deal with a female who's really, she needs money, she's suffering in a third world country, you don't need to help her unless she serves you first, okay? To serve. She has to serve. If she's not willing to do that or to trust you, don't serve her. Don't serve a woman who does not trust you. It's not a form of control. It's a passive form of control. It's a type of control. You can say that. But it's passive. Be passive. Always be passive. Always ask permission. But if a woman feels like she's a slave to your money and your time, cast her away. She belongs to the streets. It's not bad, right? Okay, it's her decision, right, to serve. It's her decision to, if she wants to be a slave. Some people like that shit. Some people like to be abused. There's a lot of women I encounter. Lots of men. I think it's more men who like to suffer because they lack the education. You don't go to court. You just want to be under her ass all the time, right? You think she ain't going to do shit. You trust her. Yeah, go ahead. Keep doing it. But to you women out there, if you've been abused by a psychopath or a narcissist person, which is mainly a beta alpha fuck, okay? Fuck cuck, you better get the hell out of there. If he brushes his hair all the time, looks in the mirror and shit, you already see the signs right there. He's completely too much into himself. He is not an alpha. He is a beta alpha construct, which will destroy you and bring you down to hell. I wish a motherfucker would. But anyway, I'm not angry. Like I said before, I'm trying to help you guys out. I know there's a lot of beta males who's in their emotion, who jump to conclusions. But that's all I really got to say, women, okay? If you want to serve, you learn, okay? If you don't want to serve, don't make excuses. Don't do that, okay? Because I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. And you will serve me. If you ain't got no money, you don't get no honey. Peace.